It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. Both teams tonight more than capable of putting up points. Shaq, what do you think will be the deciding advantage?
Well, you have to try to dictate the tempo, play at your pace. This will be a game of streaks, so you have to prepare yourself mentally for that.
Well, you can't just score. You have to be efficient. Big shots down the stretch could be the difference, Ernie, and that will set you free.
We are ready for game time. Let's go to Kevin Harlan for the opening tip.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
New Orleans, land of the Pelicans, in a fine Western Conference battle at the New Orleans Arena. We're all set to bring you NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Blazers coming to town hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. They can secure their spot in the postseason with the victory here.
And Kevin, you know, to do it this early would really show just how successful this team has been this season.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
I can't fit in my bed. I can't fit in my shoes. I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. For some free agents who won't be heading to the postseason, Clark, these could be the final games with their teams. And I think that looms over a player's psyche, knowing he could be on the way out, playing somewhere else next year.
Kevin, I'm sure it's sometimes hard to ignore if that's your particular individual case. It would be definitely hard to not give thought to that, but there's something about the game when you get immersed in it, you can't really be thinking about other things. But I'm sure in those moments when you're not playing, then it becomes more prevalent in your thinking if you happen to be a player in that particular situation. And at the end of the day, you just got to recognize it as part of the business of the game.
Yeah, it's always there, isn't it? The business of the game, always in front of these players.
Yep.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Portland, Lillard the 1 with McCollum at the 2. Nurkic is out there with the waiter, and it's Young in at the small forward. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws here tonight. The first one falls.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
McCollum against Green. Outside Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Back to Green. Over McCollum. And it's off the back rim. No good. Pass to Young. It's stolen by Anthony. Inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Down low. And finished off by Nurkic.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Here's Lillard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Anthony. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana. Clock at 6. Jackson kicks to Jefferson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really impressed by how Jefferson effortlessly draws these fouls, using that wide body of his to advantage.
It's his first trip to the line.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Here's McCollum. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Lillard. Jackson passes to Carmelo. Over Young. And that one's good, Anthony.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Lillard. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Young against Anthony. Young passes to the waiter. That one good for 2. The waiter's got his first 2 points of the night.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Left side, Davis. 14 feet away. Rebound by Nurkic.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Kicks it to Lillard. Takes the 3. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Lillard against Jackson. Shot from 12. The shot comes out. Now Portland takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you've just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
Now here's McCollum after the miss from the waiter. McCollum, no good.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss and get ready for the next one.
Here's the waiter coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lillard against Jackson. Anthony in the corner. Shot on the wing. Buries the jump shot. Anthony's got his second basket of the game.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
Young inside. Anthony on him. And the shot's good from the waiter. The waiter's got 6 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Anthony down low, defended by Young. Pass to Jackson. Over Lillard. Here's Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Portland.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown. And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
And here is Jefferson following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Now here's Lillard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Down low. Here's Davis. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
Portland leading by 9. Lillard finds Nurkic. McCollum outside. That three off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Jackson in the corner. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The 2K leaderboard shows us who the top assist men have been since the All-Star break. Well, you look at the waiter, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him.
Wow, he's taken his passing to a whole new level. His court awareness has really improved as we've gotten deeper into the season.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 7, and he comes up with the deuce. Lillard's got 9.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Here is Davis. Got a 24-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
It's McCollum with the drive. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. McCollum's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Anthony kicks to Jefferson. Anthony dishes to Jackson. Back to Anthony. Four on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Banked in off the glass. 8 points for him.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now here's McCollum. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And, yes, it's good. 8 points for the waiter.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. In an effort to protect the players, games are called a little tighter sometimes. And that said, Clark, which guys still bring the physicality that draw the eyes and the attention of the officials?
Well, some of these guys bring attention to themselves by virtue of their reputations. But in terms of physical presence, Steven Adams, to me, is just a behemoth of a guy.
He's grit. He's just all grit, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he just oozes that with his size and the way he goes about his work.
He does. Here's the waiter after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. And Holiday kicks to Moore. Outside Holiday. Puts it up from 15. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Lillard looking around. Passes it to Trent. The baseline J. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Trent's got his first basket.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now here is Holiday. Boy, he just disappeared against Indiana, and they really needed him. Here's the waiter. The pass to Trent. Here's Diallo. An 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Marjanovic. Unable to get that one. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
Yeah, I think they were totally checked out, Greg. At least that's what it looked like. When you play that kind of defense, you expect to lose. That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Trent passes to the waiter. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter, and the shot is good.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Moore. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
And Lillard kicks to Diallo. Okafor with the steal. Right side Holiday. Okafor finds Moore. Here's Anthony. Back to Moore. Lets it go from deep. No good. Shot missing. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And here's Holiday. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Anthony's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 11. Here's the waiter. Had the space there, but it's offline. Moore left side. And Holiday has it in the corner. He kicks to Okafor. 4 on the clock. Trying to get open is Randall, and it's Okafor missing.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
Shot good by Diallo.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage. All-Star Weekend is quite an event. And AI talks about how his first All-Star trip went.
You know, you see it on TV and all the festivities going on the whole weekend, but I never realized how big the whole ordeal was. I tried to take as much video and go to as many events as I could, but I feel like there's just so much more to do, you know. I guess I'll have to go back.
And Greg, you and I both know that All-Star Weekend is a ton of fun for all involved.
Yeah, the NBA has done just a great job of making it a festival of basketball. Easy to see why AI is ready to make a return after his initial trip to this event.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
Holiday and Moore, the guards. Okafor out there with Anthony, and it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pelicans 5. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the waiter in the last matchup against the 76ers played some superb ball. He ended up with 22 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, I mean, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
Zach Collins checked in for Diallo. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played, and that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and that's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
Charity stripe shot. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 5 points in the quarter.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Outside Holiday. Marjanovic against Mozgov. And here's Moore outside. Trains the three-pointer. Moore's got 7 points.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Collins passes to the waiter. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Shoots over Mozgov. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Marjanovic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
New Orleans making some changes here. Davis is checked in for Okafor. Green comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Frank Jackson in for Moore. And so here is New Orleans, trailing by 13. Jackson finds Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Cullen passes to Swanigan. To the middle. Here's Simons. And good that time. He's got 7.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Jackson kicks to Davis. Teardrop shot. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Cullen passes to Swanigan. To the paint. Collins dishes to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. Here's Davis. They get it back. And the rejection by Collins. The second effort. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Anthony Davis.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
McCollum kicks to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum against Holiday, and the basket by McCollum.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Holiday finds Davis. The fader. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Simons. 7 points in the game. McCollum outside. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to Collins. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so Green will bring it up for New Orleans. 9-point game. Got a piece of it. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Finished off the break. And 11 points for C.J. McCollum.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense. And, man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Jackson kicks to Mozgov. Holiday up top. They kick it out to Green. His three-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 11. To the left side wing. Back to McCollum. Pass to Jackson. Back to Holiday. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Pass to Simons. Three-pointer, and the Trailblazers another 3.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Jackson kicks to Holiday. Davis looking for an opening. To the inside, Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
In the corner, Collins with it. Swanigan the pass to the waiter. Holiday finds Green. That one goes. Count it. Green's got his first points of the game.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia. So it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break with a 10-point.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Alvin Gentry.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Later out there with Nurkic, and it's Young in at the small forward. Outside for Jackson. Here's Davis. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Davis has got it back down to within single digits for the Pelicans. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
From 12 feet out, and that one hits back iron. Trailblazers leading by 10. McCollum up top, guarded by Green. Nailed from three-point land. 15 points for Lillard.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Jefferson dishes to Davis, and he drops it in from the low post. Davis has got 22.
And, you know, Jefferson is a skilled big man, knows how to spread the floor with his passing ability.
McCollum outside, lets it go with a three. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Jackson against Lillard. Outside for Davis. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. The waiter passes to McCollum, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Buries it from three-point range.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there, just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Here's Jefferson. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Trailblazers leading by 17. Passes it to Young. And here's McCollum, covered by Anthony. And there's the pass to the waiter. Anthony against Young. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game. McCollum with the ball. He's got 18. Over Green. Off target from the baseline.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
McCollum outside. Tries again. Goes up with it again. And they pick up 2. Nurkic has got 6 points.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
The 3 from Anthony. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. The feed to McCollum. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Elle Jefferson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Mozgov, he's checked in for New Orleans. From deep, Green. Collins grabs the miss. The Blazers on offense. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Pass to Simons. Kicks it to Nurkic. The dish to McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. Over Green. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Pelicans have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 8th assist in the game. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Anthony against McCollum. Passes it to the waiter. Here's the floater. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
And the shot goes in. 8 points for Nurkic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Davis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Here's Simons. He's got 10. Here's the waiter. He kicks it to McCollum. And the pass to Collins. To the middle. Here's the waiter. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Anthony. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Mozgov. Julius Randle comes in for Davis. Morris checked in for Green. And it's Drew Holiday in for Jackson. Down low. Down it goes. Nice one there from the waiter. The waiter's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Trent gets the bucket. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Randle. It's rebounded by the waiter. The waiter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
Here's Anthony. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Anthony's got 16. Portland's gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. Diallo kicks to Marjanovic. McCollum outside. And another 3 for Portland.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Here's Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
Cannot afford to let Okafor get near the bucket. I mean, he is really skilled at finishing those looks, and he does so with authority.
And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly, and now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Portland shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Randle left side. And he banks in the layup.
Forcing his way in is Randle. Hard for the defender to counter his strength.
The Trailblazers shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Here's Trent. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 13 points in the game.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in. Locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Here's Randle. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, this is a game that they are expected to win, but sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
Swanigan, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for McCollum.
And, you know, he was a high pick in 2014. Randall played just 14 minutes as a rookie. Broke his tibia. But since then, he's bounced back nicely.
Trent passes to Marjanovic. Here's Swanigan, guarded by Holiday. Nailed from three-point land. And that's now 21 points for Lillard.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
Holiday finds Anthony. Puts up a three. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
40 seconds left to play in the third. Trent passes to Swanigan, and he lays it straight in. Swanigan's got his first 2 points.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Shot clock at 5. Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound. Marjanovic misses the shot.
Nice hustle from Okafor. You know, he's moving fast to get himself in the picture and then really contest the shot. That's all because he's long and he works hard.
Will make substitutions. Mozgov is out there with Jefferson. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Randall. And it's Okafor in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Here's Simons. Good on the triple.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Just 3 to shoot, and there's Randall on the assist by Okafor. And that's now 9 points for Julius Randle.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
The waiter passes to Young. To the middle. Here's the waiter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
The first one falls. Clark, it always seems the coaches get fired a lot, and there's kind of the rotating names there. But the GMs who hire them stay in place. What's your take on that?
Yeah, you know, it's fairly complex, Kevin. I don't know if we have enough time to delve in it effectively here, but my initial feeling is every circumstance is a little different. And sometimes it's a little easier to move the coach than the general manager for whatever reason. But there should be more accountability for GMs, not just for who they draft, but also who they hire as coaches. So I'm mixed, but I kind of understand why sometimes the coach is a little more readily expendable.
Here's Trent. Pass to Simons. From outside, off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now here's Okafor. He's tightly guarded. Green, no luck. The Trailblazers shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Swanigan the pass to Simons. To the wing on the left. Here's Swanigan, covered by Okafor. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. And we see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Just his first attempt. Portland grabs the miss.
He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Portland.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
Greg, I know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, with this victory, they'll get the edge in the season series by taking 2 of their 3 meetings.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for the waiter.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Calderon. Green dishes to Mozgov. From about 16, the shot no good. Here's Simons. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.